Every once in a while we come across games that were designed for motion controls and later re-released without them, or vice versa. Today we're taking a look at Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. This was a Wii launch title, releasing in the US in November 06 and the rest of the world December 06. Banana Blitz's gimmick was the brand new Wiimote motion controls. The game was seen as an alright entry in the series, but generally didn't live up to its predecessors. The 100 playable levels were designed around using both the new motion control technology and a jump button. The results were levels that were more linear, platform focused, and less precision in puzzles. Banana Blitz also had 50 party games, the majority designed with motion controls in mind. This was a leap from previous games' number of party games, but this was really quantity over quality. The majority of these party games just aren't good, and it really only feels like they exist to get people to use the new controller that just came out to show what it's capable of. But here we are in October 2019 with the release of Banana Blitz HD. This is a remake of the original Wii title in the Unity engine. The developers have been deliberate in considering this a remake, so for all intents and purposes, we're going to refer to it as such. The game makes the upgrade in resolution from 480p to 1080p. The game has a fresh coat of paint from the graphics to the UI. Most of the soundtrack is brand new. A lot of the original music was unfortunately cut due to licensing. All of the motion controls have been removed, and in return, some later levels saw adjustments. For example, rails are now flat surfaces, and there's some guard walls that were removed. These affected levels really stuck out as their difficulty had increased significantly. I expected the game to overall become easier without motion controls, and for the first 4 worlds, I definitely think that's the case, as you have more precision. However, some levels that took advantage of the motion controls are harder to do with an analog stick. So while with most levels I felt this will be easier in the remake, a few made me think this was easier in the original. Overall, I prefer the experience with the remake. Without motion controls, I feel that the challenge they added feels more intentional. 40 of the 50 party games were removed, so now there's only 10. Motion controls were removed from all the party games, and for those party games that needed it, they now have minimaps. Here's a quick breakdown on how the party games have changed. Monkey Snowboarding has better controls but has frame rate issues on Switch. In Monkey Target, you don't have to worry about throwing the ball on top of you, and you have a lot more friction so you won't roll off the platform as easily. Space Monkey Attack is a lot more challenging, there's more enemies and your barrel roll has a cooldown on it. Seesaw Ball I felt didn't adapt the best to analog, but I found it helps to keep it tilted up, so it's manageable. In Dangerous Route, I don't know what it is, but it's much harder to control now. This was already a punishing one to screw up, but the way you move is not like what it was before, and I found it really easy to just fly off the edge. Whack-A-Mole now has 12 holes for moles to pop out of instead of just 5. And the last 4, Hurdle Race, Hovercraft Race, Slingshot, and Hammer Throw, aren't too different. They generally just control better without motion controls. There are 2 new game modes, Time Attack mode and Decathlon mode, and both modes have online leaderboards. Time Attack actually stemmed from the Super Monkey Ball speedrunning community, and Decathlon mode was born from the desire to offer some sort of single-player incentive for party games. Unlockable costumes were added for everyone, and Sonic is a new playable character. Bosses have actual countdowns when fighting them, and the credits don't scroll between worlds anymore. The practice option was removed, and so were replays. You don't see them at all anymore, and you can't save them either. So with Banana Blitz HD, you can expect a little more of a challenge as well as additional content you may get more out of. The controls are what you expect, and the 10 refined party games are, barring one, I felt more enjoyable. And I wouldn't say they're amazing party games, but they're alright. I did originally expect an option for gyroscope controls, but with the tweaks made to some levels, I think I'm good. If you wanted to play with motion controls or experience those 50 party games, the original game will suit you fine. but the party games didn't necessarily age well, and the motion controls were, while admittedly responsive, I felt more challenge came from the controls than the level designs. Otherwise, I'd have to give my recommendation to Banana Blitz HD. In general, I would say it's a more polished and challenging experience. So that was a look at Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out my channel for more reviews and comparisons between games, ports, and remasters. I'm also on Patreon, and I can be found on Twitter.